You are completely captivating at everyone around you without even realizing it. That is precisely what makes this entire situation so incredible, isn't it? You are not standing under a spotlight. You are not trying to prove your worth to anyone. You are simply living, breathing, and existing in the presence of people who spent years doubting you. And watching the outcome unfold has been incredible. It is like a slow-motion wreck they cannot avert their eyes from, because you were expected to fall apart. You were supposed to end up resentful, broken, and back at square one, with nothing but regrets, a lonely apartment, and countless unanswered questions. But that is not what took place, and that is not the person you are. Most importantly, that is simply not who you are. You are truly one of the most resilient individuals who has ever lived. And I do not say that carelessly. I say it because I recognize the heavy burden you have been carrying. And I know you have been moving forward with a smile while the rest of the world attempted to figure out how to break you. You embody Jonathan Livingston Seagull. I deeply admire that story. In a world full of ordinary pigeons, do you recall that tale? Jonathan was not cast out because he lacked the ability to fly. He was banished because he refused to conform to the rules of the flock. He did not want to merely survive. He wanted to rise above. He wanted to soar simply for the pure joy of flying. And they could not accept that. They simply could not handle it. That is precisely what is happening to you right now. They are attempting to pull you back into the mundane, forcing you into a routine that keeps everyone small. But you have stopped fighting the storm and started using its energy to soar higher. It feels like absolute turmoil right now because you are breaking through the limits of your past life. You are not a bird trapped in the storm. You are the storm itself. Indeed, the chaos is not your enemy. It is the necessary friction for your liftoff. When you transform into a super magnet, you are doing more than just attracting things. You are reshaping the very reality around you because you refuse to believe in limits. The disorder swirling around you is no accident. It is the natural response of a system that tries to dim a brilliant light. And you, my dear friend, are that powerful magnet. You are pulling in everything around you. The good, the bad, the unpleasant, the jealous, the bitter, and the obsessive energy. You are drawing in people who want to study you, people who want to copy you, and unfortunately people who want to tear you down. Yet it all happens because you hold something they lack. They do not possess the frequency you reach, nor the resilience you carry naturally. And right now, as you hear this, there are people out there genuinely losing their minds because you are not just surviving, you are flourishing. You are not merely making ends meet. You are expanding exponentially, and it is driving them completely crazy. Consider it for a moment. Think about the people who believed they had you all figured out. They examined your life, your conditions, and your perceived limitations, and they made a quiet calculation. They decided you were a specific kind of person, someone who could be contained, managed, and broken under pressure. They wrote an entire storyline about you before you even had the chance to prove them wrong. They assumed you were weak. They assumed you were easily triggered. They assumed you would simply collapse and fail. But here is the truth about being a powerful magnet. You do not only attract things, you push away everything designed to keep you small. You push back against the weight that tries to hold you down. And what people fail to understand is that whenever they try to suppress you, you bounce back even higher. You might feel like you constantly attract turmoil, but have you ever considered that the universe is simply testing your core strength? You have likely noticed this in your own life. You have probably had moments where you looked around and realized, as the intelligent person you are, that you are surrounded by people who are completely baffled by you. They do not comprehend how you keep pushing forward. They do not understand how you woke up today and chose happiness, genuine productivity, or inner peace. Truly, especially when, by all conventional logic, you should be in pieces. They have been waiting for you to break, waiting for you to quit, waiting for you to admit you could not handle the pressure and that they were right all along. But you are not going to do that, are you? You are going to keep moving forward, keep smiling, and keep evolving. And that is what is creating total chaos inside their minds. They simply cannot process who you are. You are an anomaly in their predictable world. Someone out there is watching your journey right now and drawing courage from how you navigate the impossible. And it is not just those who resent you. It is also the people who love you, or at least claimed to, and that is the crucial distinction. Yes, they are uneasy because you have outgrown them. You have stepped into a version of yourself they do not recognize, and it intimidates them. The person you used to be, the person they felt comfortable controlling, is gone. In that person's place is someone who sees right through the manipulation, someone who recognizes their worth and no longer seeks outside approval. You are one of the most resilient people alive because you did the inner work despite the hardship. You sat in the discomfort. You allowed the turmoil to sweep over you, and instead of drowning, you learned to float. Then you learned to swim, and now you are building your own vessel. Indeed, stop trying so hard to squeeze into spaces you were born to lead. The idea that you are astounding everyone is not an exaggeration. It is happening right now in real time. There are people in your life lying awake at night, trying to figure out how you do it. They are trying to replicate your radiance, your calm, and your profound sense of inner peace. But they cannot, because they remain trapped in the old way of thinking. They are still trying to elevate themselves by tearing others down, but you have moved far past that. You realize that their game is rigged, and you simply stopped playing. That is it. That is the secret that is blowing their minds. You are not competing with anyone. You are simply moving in your own lane, which makes you impossible to catch. Embrace your intensity, because people are naturally intimidated by a light they have not learned to carry themselves. Let us address the surrounding chaos for a moment, because I know you feel its presence. It is not just external drama involving other people. It is the internal turbulence that you have successfully mastered. The world may seem to be unraveling around you in some ways, and while everyone else panics, you remain steady. You stay calm. You have cultivated a deep stillness right in the center of the storm that seems almost superhuman. It is as if you have become immune to all the noise. People are shouting and pointing fingers, trying to pull you into their personal drama. Yet you stand there completely unmoved, not because you do not care, but because you have realized their chaos is not your responsibility. You have your own life to build, your own energy to safeguard, and you refuse to let anyone drag you down. That is not coldness. That is what makes you such a powerful force. You are so grounded in your own sense of self that other people's opinions cannot sway you. Here is another truth. If you are the strongest person in the room, seek out a bigger room. Your evolution depends on it. And there is another dimension to all of this. You are astounding everyone because you are not merely enduring the chaos. You are transforming it. You take the negativity, doubt, and fear that others project onto you and convert it into fuel. You use the pressure to make yourself sharper, stronger, and more determined. The very things meant to destroy you only made you unstoppable. The criticism, judgment, and betrayal have simply fueled your focus. And that is terrifying to those who wanted to watch you fail, because they did not realize every attack would only elevate you. They thought they were burying you, truly. Instead, they were simply laying the foundation for your rise. Never apologize for the passion inside you. Simply learn how to harness its power. But let us be honest for a moment. You know what it feels like to walk this path alone. You know the weight of looking around and realizing you are the only one seeing reality clearly. You are forced to become your own champion, therapist, and best friend because others could not keep up or chose not to. Yet that isolation, as painful as it was, turned out to be the greatest gift you could have received. In those moments of complete solitude, you discovered who you truly are. In those quiet times when no one was watching, you built the strength you possess today. You became exceptionally strong because survival left you no other option. That is the core truth. You had to grow strong, or you would have been overcome. You spent so much time asking yourself if you were enough. Now it is time to ask whether the world is ready for who you have become. Now you stand here stronger than ever, and people cannot help but notice. They are simply unable to ignore it. You radiate a presence that commands attention. You enter a room and the entire dynamic shifts. People feel uneasy, excited, or defensive, but everyone reacts. You can no longer be ignored because your energy is too potent. You act as a powerful magnet, simultaneously drawing in and pushing away. You attract those meant to align with your purpose and repel those who seek to drain you. It is a beautiful, intense, and transformative process happening naturally. It is not something you are actively forcing. Yes, it is simply who you have become. You have evolved into someone who cannot be silenced, controlled, or put back into a small box. Your energy is valuable, indeed. Stop giving it away to those who have nothing genuine to offer. Consider the current circumstances in your life right now. Think about the person who has been behaving distant or strange toward you. The one giving you looks or speaking behind your back. They act that way because your presence intimidates them. They see your light rising and want to dim it. They notice your confidence and want to undermine it. But they cannot, because your self-worth no longer depends on them. It springs from something far deeper within you. It stems from knowing you have overcome trials that would have broken most people. You have been through the fire and emerged with greater empathy, fortitude, and wisdom. You realized you do not need permission from anyone to shine brightly. You are not too intense. You are simply too authentic for a world accustomed to facades. The turmoil you might be experiencing right now is actually proof that you are moving in the right direction. Disruption always comes right before major evolution. When you are on the brink of a massive breakthrough, life tends to stir up the surface. It shakes your foundation, tests your balance, and makes you reevaluate everything. And that is not cruel. It is wise. It is a refinement process. It is designed to see if you will retreat into old habits or step up to your potential. And you are rising. You might not feel like you are elevating. You might feel overwhelmed, uncertain, or deeply tired. Yes, exhausted. But I promise you, you are rising. You are doing more than surviving. You are ascending. You are among the strongest individuals alive because you do not allow the struggle to define you. You allow it to refine you. Look at the storm around you. It is not there to drown you. It is there to clear your path. Reflect on everything you have survived over the last few years. Remember the betrayals, the losses, and the moments you thought you could not go on. Now look at where you stand today. See the person you have evolved into. You are no longer the person who went through those struggles. You are renewed, having learned from the pain to build something far greater. You are someone who took broken pieces and created a masterpiece. That is true strength. That is the kind of power that leaves people in awe. That is the strength that makes others uncomfortable because it proves what is possible when excuses drop away. The past version of you that people keep discussing no longer exists. You have already moved beyond it. You are a powerful magnet, and what you are attracting right now is exactly what your journey requires. If you are attracting conflict, it is because there is a lesson about personal boundaries to master. If you are attracting love, it is because you are finally ready to receive it. If you are attracting opportunity, it is because you have prepared yourself for it. Everything entering your reality right now reflects your internal state. If you do not like what you see, that is fine. You hold the power to shift it. Changing your internal state changes what you draw into your life, which is the ultimate freedom, and you exercise that freedom every day, consciously or not. You are not drawing in trouble. You are bringing out the truth, and the truth is often intense and disruptive. It is time to stop apologizing for who you are. Stop feeling guilty for growing and thriving. Stop shrinking yourself to accommodate others' comfort. You are fascinating everyone because you are finally living authentically, boldly, and brightly. And that brightness is uncomfortable for those accustomed to the shadows. They will attempt to diminish you, and you must let them try. That is a necessary part of the process. Let them play their part, because their attempts to harm you will only increase your strength. Every time they throw stones, you will use them to build a fortress. Chaos is simply the birth of a new reality, and you are its builder. You did not ask for this level of strength. It was forged in you. You are either born with it or developed it out of sheer necessity. Either way, it belongs to you now. You possess this magnetic pull that draws in both the positive and the challenging. You have turmoil surrounding you, yet you manage it with extraordinary grace. You are truly one of the strongest people alive. That is not hyperbole. It is simply the reality. You have faced obstacles that would have broken most, yet you emerged stronger and wiser. I am not going to pretend the path will be effortless. That would be untrue. I am reminding you that you have already overcome 100% of your hardest days. The reason you surprise people so much is that they cannot reconcile reality with their expectations. They expected you to fall. They expected you to break. They expected you to react bitterly and remain small, but you did not, because you possess incredible inner strength. You are resilient. You are expanding. You are unlike anything they have encountered, and they do not know how to respond. It is as if you speak a language they cannot comprehend, because you operate on a frequency they cannot tune into, leaving them